It was 1:47 a.m. I'd just finished running the code scheduled for QA testing the next day and was about to shut down my laptop for the night when my phone lit up. A message popped up from a contact saved as Olivia's intern Jake. I'd added the number a month prior. Olivia had told me she'd taken on a new intern and asked me to save his contact in case anything came up. I hadn't thought much of it at the time. She was a marketing team lead. After all, having interns was par for the course. I opened the message. It was a photo. Our imported Italian cashmere blanket. Spread across a bed I didn't recognize. Peeking out from under the blanket was an arm. Painted with the exact dusty rose nail polish Olivia always wore. Beneath the photo was a voice note. I pressed play. Jake's voice came through. Low and deliberately suggestive. "Hey. Man. Your wife's not coming home tonight. Said your place feels stuffy means way more relaxed. Get some rest." Yeah. I stared at the screen for 5 seconds. No racing heart. No spike in blood pressure. No flood of denial. No instinctive "this has to be a mistake." My first thought was, that blanket cost me $6,800. And she'd brought it to some other guy's apartment. I set my phone down and walked to the kitchen for a glass of water. Lukewarm. I drank it. Washed the glass. Dried my hands. Then picked up my phone again. I opened the company-wide group chat. 342 people. I sent the screenshot. Paused. And decided a photo alone wasn't clear enough. I typed out a line. Notice to all colleagues. Olivia Carter from marketing will be staying at her department intern Jake Miller's residence tonight. Please excuse her if she arrives late tomorrow. Hit send. The chat notifications blew past 99. I didn't read them. I scrolled through my contacts and found William Bennett's number. Me law. Yet. At 2:03 a.m. The phone rang 4 times before he picked up. Liam. William's voice was thick with sleep. Who died? Nobody. Draw up divorce papers for me. As soon as you can. A 2-second beat of silence on the other end. Divorce. You and Olivia. Yeah. What happened? She's sleeping at her intern's place tonight. Another 3 seconds of silence. Come to my office tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bring your ID. The property deed. Your marriage license. Got it. I hung up. Walked to the living room. Took Olivia's coat off the hall tree. Folded it neatly. And set it in a cardboard box. I opened the shoe cabinet and packed her pairs one by one. I moved quietly. It was the middle of the night. No need to wake the neighbors. My phone buzzed nonstop on the coffee table. I glanced over. 17 messages from Noah. The latest reading. Dude, are you alive? Is that screenshot in the group chat real? I texted back a single word. Real. Noah replied instantly. Want me to bring beer or a knife? Bring cardboard boxes. Come over tomorrow morning to help me move her stuff. Got it. On it. I kept packing. Framed photos from the living room. Magnets off the fridge. Her cosmetics from the bathroom. Item by item. Sorted by category. By 3:30 a.m. I'd filled 4 cardboard boxes. First, clothing. Second, cosmetics and skincare. Third, miscellaneous. For the fourth, I thought for a second. Then wrote across the top in marker, evidence. Inside went our marriage license. Screenshots of her work communications with Jake. And a printed copy of that photo. Yeah. I'd printed it. Full color. High resolution. If you're gonna do something, do it properly. When I finished, I checked the time. 3:40. I took a shower. Got into bed. And set an alarm for 7. Before closing my eyes, I glanced at my phone. The company chat was already past 999 messages. Olivia had called me 12 times and sent over 30 messages. Her latest one. Liam, are you insane? Do you have any idea what you just did? I knew exactly what I was doing. I was getting a divorce. I turned off my phone. Went to sleep. The alarm went off at 7 a.m. First thing I did wasn't check my phone, it was fry an egg. Sunny side up. Slightly crisp around the edges. Sprinkled with salt. Paired with a cup of black coffee. Breakfast done. Dishes washed. It was 7:35. Only then did I turn my phone back on. My message list exploded. I didn't bother with the company chat. Just opened Noah's thread. He'd sent a wall of voice notes. I tapped the last one. Dude. You're famous. First thing everyone at work's talking about today is you. That notice you sent got screenshot everywhere. It's circulating in half the department groups. People dug up the intern's full info. You're a company legend right now. I texted back, you bring the boxes. Hell yeah, I did. Bought 10. That enough? Plenty. Be at my place at 8. Got it. Grabbing a savory crepe on the way. Want spicy? Spicy. I set my phone down. I scanned Olivia's messages and had no intention of replying. Same old lines, let me explain. It's not what you think. Can you just pick up the phone? Nothing original. I opened the company chat and scrolled through quickly. Right after I sent the screenshot at 2:10 a.m. Colleague A. Colleague B, am I still dreaming? Is this real? Colleague C. Dude sending notices at 2 a.m. Classic engineering move. Colleague D, thought it was an overtime alert. Opened it and my blood pressure shot through the roof. Colleague E, Olivia. No way. With that intern. The one who looks like he's never seen a vegetable. Colleague F, Jake. That Jake. The one who carries a canvas backpack every day and keeps borrowing my charger. Patricia from marketing. I saw Olivia walking him through PowerPoint yesterday. Guess it wasn't PowerPoint she was teaching. Lucy from HR, Liam. That notice is perfectly formatted. But the content just gave me a stroke. Leo from engineering, guys. Liam's an absolute savage. Normal guy gets a photo like this at 2 a.m. and smashes his phone. He posts a company announcement. 200 more messages followed. Mostly falling into 3 camps. Shock, gossip, and straight up applause for me. I didn't read them closely. As I exited the chat, I noticed one person hadn't said a word the entire time. Olivia. She was in that group too. 342 people. And she'd watched every message roll in. Awake all night. I could picture the state she was in. But I didn't much care. At 8 on the dot, the doorbell rang. I opened it to find Noah on the porch. 10 collapsible boxes in his left hand. 2 savory crepes in his right. He looked me up and down. You. Okay. Fine. Seriously. Seriously. Come in. Eat. He stepped inside. Then froze when he saw the 4 stacked boxes on the living room floor. Did you sleep at all last night? I slept. 3:40 to 7. No. I mean, he gestured at the boxes. What time did you start packing? 2:10. Noah set the crepes down on the table and stared at me. Bewildered. Liam. Are you a robot? No. Normal guy gets a photo like that. First instinct is to storm over and beat the crap out of the guy. I took the crepe and bit into it. Storming over there and beating him up feels good in the moment. Then what? I still have to get divorced. Still have to pack her stuff. Still have to hire a lawyer. Same amount of work. Plus an assault charge. Noah opened his mouth. Then closed it again. Fair. But you're straight up terrifying. I unfolded the extra boxes and started packing the rest of Olivia's things from the bedroom. Lip balm on the nightstand. Hair ties in the drawer. Pillowcases I stripped off her side. Left mine on. Noah followed along. Helping pack. And couldn't hold back the question. That group chat? You did that on purpose. Yeah. Why not handle this privately? I stacked her books into a box. Not pausing. A male intern voluntarily sends me a photo of his boss sleeping in his bed at 2 a.m. and says your wife thinks my place is nicer than yours. You think that's a misunderstanding? Doesn't sound like it. Then there's nothing to handle privately. But sending it to the whole company. She's in marketing. Manages 3 interns. I glanced at him. If I kept this quiet, what do you think Jake would tell people later? Noah thought for a second. Then his face shifted. You're scared he'd flip the script. Say you're just paranoid. Delusional. I'm scared she'd do it before he even got the chance. Olivia's got a story ready to go. I tucked the last pillowcase into the box. 342 people saw the original photo at the same time. She can't spin that. Noah swallowed hard and sat down on the edge of the bed. Liam. Yeah. I am never, ever getting on your bad side. By 9:30. All 6 boxes were packed. I labeled each one, clothing spring-summer, clothing fall-winter, shoes bags, skincare makeup, miscellaneous, evidence. Stacked them neatly by the front door. Noah snapped a photo. Can I post this to my feed? No. Fine. He put his phone away and checked the time. What time's your lawyer meeting? 10. I'll drive you. No need. I wanna come. His eyes lit up. I wanna see what divorce papers look like. You're weird. I'm concerned about you. And a little curious. At 9:50. I did a final walkthrough before leaving. Every last thing of Olivia's was gone from the apartment. Not a trace left. Like she'd never been there at all. William's law office was on the 17th floor of a downtown high-rise. I arrived at 2 minutes past 10. William was already waiting in his office. 2 black coffees on the desk in front of him. Have a seat. He slid one coffee toward me. I sat down and laid out the marriage license, property deed, and the printed photo on his desk. One by one. William picked up the photo, stared at it for 3 seconds, and set it down with a blank expression. Just the one. I have screen recordings of the voice notes he sent. And I backed up my phone a while back. There's a chunk of their chat history in there too. How explicit. Lots of flirting. 3 photos of physical contact. William nodded and opened his laptop. Whose name is on the house? Mine. Paid off in full before we got married. Car. Mine. Pre-marriage. Savings. Separate checking accounts. She doesn't have my passwords. I don't have hers. William's typing paused. He looked up at me. How long were you married? 2 years. 2 years. And no shared assets. We have a joint gym membership. 8 months left on it. William went silent for 5 seconds. Then kept typing. So what are you asking for? She walks away with nothing. 0. Kids. None. All right. He typed for a minute. Then spun the screen toward me. Initial draft. Take a look. I scanned it quickly. Standard stuff. Mutual consent. No contested shared assets. No child custody. Each party retains their own property. Looks good. Final version can be ready as early as this afternoon. Once she signs. It's done. Okay. I stood up to leave. William called after me. Liam. Yeah. She's not gonna sign this easily. I know. And if she drags her feet? What then? I put on my jacket and zipped it up. She'll sign. Why are you so sure? Because 342 people in that company chat saw that photo. I slipped my phone into my pocket. Right now. Saving her marriage isn't what she wants most. She wants this to go away as fast as possible. Signing the papers is the only way she gets to turn the page. William stared at me for a beat. Then huffed a laugh. You're in tech. Yeah. Quit and become a lawyer. You're colder than I am. On my way out of the building. I pulled out my phone in the elevator. Olivia had sent 67 messages total since last night. I didn't open them. But I could see the previews in the notification shade. Liam, please delete that message. I already told my boss I'm not coming and I can't face work. What do you want from me? Just tell me. I locked my phone. Stepped outside the building. October wind hit my face. Late autumn sun. Not harsh. Warm on the skin. Noah was waiting in the car. He rolled down the window when he saw me. All set. All set. Papers will be ready this afternoon. So what now? Back to work. You're actually going in. Code doesn't write itself. I got in the passenger seat. Noah started the car and glanced at me in the rearview. Dude. You wanna let it out or something? Like what? Yell? Break something? Cry? I won't record. Nah. Are you actually human? Drive. I got to the office at 10:40. On the walk from the parking garage to the elevator. I passed 7 coworkers. Every single one had the same reaction, double take. Then quickly looked away. Pretending to stare at their phones. Only the receptionist had the nerve to hold eye contact. She stared right at me. Mouth half open. And finally managed. G'morning. Liam. Morning. I badge in like normal. Sat down at my desk like normal. Booted up my computer like normal. The clack of keyboards was noticeably quieter than usual. Nobody said a word. But every pair of eyes was on me. Leo, who sat across from me, finally caved. He leaned in and lowered his voice. Liam, you doing okay? Fine. You reviewed the module we sent to QA yesterday. Not yet. Finish the review by noon. We're doing integration testing this afternoon. Got it. He leaned back. The office settled back into regular keyboard noise. About 20 minutes later, I heard footsteps down the hall outside the engineering bay. Fast. Sharp clicks of high heels on linoleum. Click-clack. Click-clack. Coming closer. The engineering door flew open. Olivia stood in the doorway. She'd clearly been up all night, eyes puffy. Hair thrown into a messy ponytail. No makeup. Lips chapped. Still wearing yesterday's clothes. Every keyboard in the office went silent at once. 30-something heads all turned in unison. Olivia's gaze cut straight past everyone and landed on me. Liam. Her voice was shaking. Come out here. We need to talk. I didn't move. Kept staring at the code on my screen. Liam. She raised her voice. I looked up from my monitor. Calm as anything. Take it up with HR. I'm on the clock. At my desk. You. Her eyes welled up. She bit down on her trembling lower lip. Leo silently wheeled his chair back a few inches. Ryan across from me angled his screen, looked like he was recording. Olivia took a deep breath. Lowered her voice. And stepped over to my desk. That message you sent last night, do you have any idea what you've done to me? Yes. Then delete it. No. Liam. Olivia. I set down my mouse and swiveled my chair to face her. At 2 a.m. Your intern sent your husband a photo bragging that you were sleeping in his bed. Who do you think should bear the consequences of that? Her face flushed bright red. It's not what you think. Jake and I are just. Your relationship with Jake isn't what I care about right now. I cut her off. Pulled a folder out of my desk drawer. This is. I opened it. Inside was the printed draft of the divorce papers. Olivia went pale when she saw the word divorce. You're divorcing me. The process is already underway. The final papers will be ready this afternoon. I'll send them over to you. Are you insane? Over a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. I picked up my phone and pulled up the photo Jake had sent. Held the screen right in front of her. That cashmere blanket, I bought it for you last Black Friday. $6,800. I nodded at the photo. Did you tell him how much it cost when you brought it over? Olivia's lips trembled. We worked so late that night. And it's such a long drive home. Our apartment's a 20-minute drive from the office. Jake's apartment is on the east side, 40 minutes on the subway from work. She went silent. I put my phone away. Go wait for the papers. I've got work to do. Liam. Just listen. Olivia. My voice was quiet. But sharp enough to cut. This is my office. You're disrupting my team. Please leave. She stood there. Nails digging into her palms. Tears rolled down her cheeks. But I noticed something even as she cried. Her eyes darted around. Scanning the faces of my coworkers. She was looking for sympathy. It was a tiny movement. But I saw it. Leave. I said it again. She gritted her teeth. Turned. And walked out. The click of her heels faded. The door clicked shut behind her. The office was silent for 5 full seconds. Then Leo swiveled around. Holy shit. Liam. Ryan poked his head out from behind his monitor. That was so badass. Wait. No. I mean, are you okay? I slipped the folder back into my drawer. Finish that module review by end of day. Yes. Sir. I turned my attention back to the screen. The code was still there. Clean logic. No bugs. Unlike marriage. At 2:15 p.m. William sent over the final divorce papers as a PDF. I printed a copy and forwarded it to Olivia. It showed read immediately. No reply. I wasn't in a hurry. At 3:30. I got a call from an unknown number. I hesitated for a second. Then picked up. Liam. It's Jake. He sounded younger than I'd expected. Panicked. And he didn't even realize it. Yeah. Look. I feel like I owe you an explanation. You don't. It's really not what you think. The whole department worked past 11 last night. And she said it was too late to get a ride. Jake. Yeah. Where are you right now? Huh? Where are you? At work. What floor? 6th. Marketing. All right. Stay on the line. I'm coming down. I hung up and stood up. Noah was walking by my desk with a coffee. He saw me heading for the door and fell into step beside me. Where you going? 6th floor. Why? Jake called to explain himself. I told him to say it to my face. Noah's eyes lit up. Hell yeah, I'm coming with you. Why? To make sure you don't do something stupid. When have you ever seen me act impulsively? Fine. I'm coming to observe. For science. I didn't bother arguing. The elevator dropped to 6. The doors opened right into marketing's open floor plan. Jake was at the far end of the row. The second he saw me step out, he shot straight up out of his chair. 24 years old. Lanky. Wire-rimmed glasses. Canvas backpack slung over his chair. Yeah. He looked young. As I walked over, every head in marketing turned. Someone recognized me. I heard a quiet "That's Liam from engineering." Then the whole floor went dead silent. Jake stood frozen next to his desk, fidgeting, finally crossing his arms tight across his chest. MMR, Hayes. You wanted to explain. Go ahead. He licked his lips and started in. Last night really was just late work. And she said it was too far to go home. Stop. Huh? You said you worked past 11. Yeah. Olivia's time card shows she left the office at 9:15. Jake's face went completely stiff. Noah made a quiet hissing sound behind me. Also, I went on. Your apartment is east of the city. The office is west. If it was really too late for a ride, why not go to my place? It's a 15-minute bike ride from work. Why take a 40-minute subway all the way to yours? Jake's mouth opened and closed a few times. She wanted to come. It was her idea. It was her idea. I repeated it flatly. Yeah. I swear nothing happened. She just crashed for the night. Did she tell you to send me that photo at 2 a.m.? No. No. That was me. You. On your own. An intern. Voluntarily sending a photo to his boss's husband at 2 in the morning. Saying your wife likes my place better than yours. What was your endgame? Jake had gone sheet white. His mouth moved. But nothing came out but a strangled little sound. Noah muttered behind me. Dude. Stop talking. Every word makes it worse. I'm cringing for you. Jake's eyes darted to his coworkers. Every single one was staring. Nobody threw him a lifeline. You don't owe me an explanation. I slipped my hands back into my pockets. You owe one to HR. I turned and walked away. Behind me, I heard a chair clatter to the floor. Sounded like Jake's legs gave out. In the elevator, Noah leaned against the wall and blew out a long breath. Liam. Yeah. That kid looked like he was about to cry. You know that. I wasn't trying to scare him. I was stating facts. Your stating facts voice is scarier than most people yelling. He shook his head. Did you look up her time card beforehand? I'm in engineering. I built the company's time tracking system. Noah went quiet. The elevator doors opened. He followed me out. Then said abruptly, Liam. Jake is actually an idiot. How so? If he was actually hooking up with your wife, he'd keep it quiet. Sending you that photo. He's either brain dead. Or he did it on purpose. I finished the thought for him. Right. But if it was on purpose, why? I stopped walking. I'd wondered the same thing last night. 2 a.m. A 24-year-old intern. Voluntarily sending his boss's husband a photo saying your wife's here with me. That smug little tone. Option 1, he's an idiot. Option 2, he's provoking me. Option 3, someone's using him. Doesn't matter. I kept walking. Whatever the reason. The outcome's the same. Which is divorce. Back at my desk. My phone rang again. This time it was Olivia's mom. My mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law. Soon enough. Liam. What have you done? She came out yelling. Full volume. Hello. Ma'am. Hello my ass. You put Olivia's business in the company chat. Now everyone knows. What kind of man does that? Ma'am. I understand you're upset. But there are a few things I need to clarify. I don't want clarification. Delete that message right now. Apologize to Olivia. Ma'am. Your daughter was sleeping in another man's apartment at 2 a.m. Not me. The line went quiet for a beat. It's not what you think. Olivia told me she just worked really late. She left the office at 9:15. Another beat of silence. Ma'am. I'll send over a folder of evidence. If you still think this is my fault after looking at it, we can sit down and talk. But the divorce papers aren't going anywhere. That's my bottom line. Liam. I hung up. She called 3 more times in 2 minutes. I didn't answer. After the third missed call, a text came through. Just wait. I'm coming to the city tomorrow. I texted back 2 words. Okay then. Then I muted my phone and dropped it in a desk drawer. Opened my code editor. Wrote code solidly all afternoon. Weirdly smooth. Not a single bug. When your head's clear, the logic just flows. The next morning, Olivia's mom showed up. More like stormed in. When I opened the door, she was standing on the porch with a rolling suitcase. Face thunderous. Olivia stood behind her. Eyes red and puffy, looked like she'd cried all night again. Come in. Have a seat. I stepped aside. She marched into the living room. Then froze when she spotted the 6 neat boxes stacked by the door. What's all this? Olivia's things. I packed them up. Makes it easier for her to move out. She turned to me. Anger flaring again in her eyes. Liam. Are you really in that much of a hurry to throw her out? Not even willing to talk this through? Ma'am. Sit down. I'll make you some tea. We can talk this through properly. She sat on the couch. Back ramrod straight. Olivia sat down beside her. Head bowed the whole time. Wouldn't look at me. I poured 2 cups of tea and set them on the coffee table. Then I pulled out my phone and opened the file I'd prepared. Ma'am. You said you wanted to see evidence. I put everything together. I handed her the phone. An album was open on the screen. First photo. The picture Jake had sent me at 2 a.m. Second through fourth, screenshots of Olivia and Jake's chats. Spanning a month. Lines like, that dress looks so good today. Miss you. Liv. Want me to pick you up from work tonight? Fifth, a credit card statement. 6 charges at the convenience store below Jake's apartment. All late at night. Starting 3 weeks ago. Sixth, a screenshot from Jake's social media. Posted 3 days ago. Photo of a coffee cup and a woman's hand. On that hand, a ring. The wedding band I'd bought Olivia. Olivia's mom swiped through one by one. When she got to the 6th photo, her hand started shaking. The living room went quiet for a long time. Olivia never lifted her head. She set the phone down. Turned to Olivia. Liv. Olivia didn't look up. Olivia. Full name this time. Olivia flinched. Look at me. She slowly lifted her head. Her mother's lips were trembling. Tell me. Is all of this true? Olivia's mouth moved. Mom. Is it true? Olivia closed her eyes. Tears spilled over again. 5 full seconds of silence passed. Then her mom stood up abruptly. She glanced around. Spotted the tissue box on the coffee table. And then, she grabbed it and hurled it straight at Olivia's back. You ungrateful. Foolish girl. It hit her square in the shoulder. Olivia flinched hard. Mom. How did I raise someone like you? What has Liam ever done to you? He didn't put your name on the prepaid house. No, but he gave you full access to his salary. Took you on trips every year. Who paid your dad's hospital bills? Mom. Just listen. Explain my foot. Did you type those messages or are they fake? Tell me. She grabbed Olivia by the arm and hauled her off the couch. Get on your knees. Apologize to him. Mom. I stood off to the side. Picked up my own tea. And took a sip. Long jing. Nice aftertaste. Ma'am. I spoke up. She froze and turned to look at me. No need to kneel. No need to apologize. I set the teacup down. An apology won't change anything. Just sign the papers. She let go of Olivia's arm. Stunned. Her mouth opened and closed. Finally she said, Liam, is there really no way to fix this? No. You two were married 2 years. In those 2 years, she went to Jake's apartment at least 6 times. I nodded at the phone. Starting 3 weeks ago. Maybe earlier. 6 is just what I could prove. Her shoulders slumped. She sat back down on the couch. All of a sudden. This woman in her 50s looked 10 years older. Liv. Her voice was rough. Sign it. Olivia's head snapped up. Mom. You have the nerve to call me Mom. Her mom closed her eyes. Voice worn thin. He laid all the proof right in front of me. What else are you gonna lie about? Who are you even performing for? Olivia went still. She turned to me. Tears streaking her face. Mouth working for a second. Liam. Can we just? No. I'm sorry. I know I messed up. Sign the papers. Give me one more chance. I'll quit my job. I'll never see him again. Olivia. I cut her off. Voice flat as glass. You wore the wedding ring I bought you to his apartment. You slept under the blanket I gave you in his bed. You let him send your husband a photo to gloat about it at 2 a.m. I looked her dead in the eye. This isn't a mistake. It's humiliation. Her face twist. Ed? Like she'd been slapped. Even though I hadn't laid a finger on her. Her mom pulled a tissue from her bag. Wiped her face. And stood up in front of Olivia. Sign it. Come home with me. Mom, what right do you have to argue? He's not even asking for compensation, that's him being decent. There was a sharp edge to her voice. If your dad finds out about this, he'll have a second heart attack. Sign it. We're leaving. Olivia stood in the middle of the living room. Shoulders shaking. She stared down at the divorce papers on the coffee table. Tears dropped onto the page, blurring the words Party A. I held out a pen. She took it. Her hand shook so bad the last stroke of her signature dragged off into a wobbly tail. When she finished, the pen clattered to the floor. She covered her face and sank down into a squat. Her mom pulled her up by the arm, said nothing else, and turned to nod at me. Liam. I'm sorry. I failed as a parent. Take care. Ma'am. I helped them carry the 6 boxes downstairs and called a moving service. Once the boxes were loaded, Olivia and her mom got in the back of a taxi. Right before the door closed, Olivia looked at me one last time. Eyes swollen. Nose red. Lips still trembling. But she didn't say another word. The car pulled away. I stood by the building entrance, watching the taxi turn the corner and vanish. Late autumn wind slipped down my collar. Cold and sharp. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Message from Noah. All done. All done. She signed. That's it. That's it. Shit. I already bought breakfast crepes. Didn't make it in time. Keep M for yourself. Dude. Grab a drink tonight. I stood there in the wind for 2 seconds. Thinking. Yeah. You picked the spot. 7:30 that night. Noah picked a barbecue joint near the office. Outdoor seating. A few canvas canopies. Thick with smoke and sizzle. When I got there, he'd already ordered 20 lamb skewers, 10 beef tendon, 2 orders of grilled chives, a pitcher of beer. Hey. Sit. I sat down and poured myself a glass. Took a sip. Cold. Bitter. Went down easy. Noah stared at me. Opened his mouth a few times and closed it. Then finally caved. I got a question. Don't hit me. Shoot. Are you actually sad about any of this? I bit into a lamb skewer. Too much salt. Dunno. What do you mean? Dunno. Just dunno. I set the skewer down. When I got that photo, I didn't feel like the world ended. Like in the movies. Didn't feel heartbroken. I just felt clear. Clear. Yeah. Like I was confirming something I'd already suspected deep down. Then I just handled it. Noah took a big gulp of beer and wiped his mouth. You suspected this already. Not without proof. Just past month. She'd been coming home later and later. Taking her phone into the bathroom. Looking away when she talked to me. So you backed up her chats on purpose. I back up my whole phone. Once a month. Habit. Noah stared at me like I'd grown a second head. Liam. Most people call that a work obsession. Whatever. It works. Fair. He took another drink. So what now? House is yours. Car is yours. Savings are yours. She walks with basically nothing. Yeah. What are you gonna do next? I finished my second skewer. Thought for a second. Replace the mattress. Huh. Her side of the bed. Don't want it anymore. Noah almost choked on his beer. Coughed forever. Waving a hand. All right. Stop. I'm scared you're gonna say something even more unhinged. I patted him on the back. Also. I said. Also what? That cashmere blanket. $6,800. I need to get it back. Noah dropped his head onto the table. Liam. You are the scariest person I've ever met. Getting divorced same day. And you're fixated on a $6,800 blanket. It's Italian imported cashmere. Shut up. I smiled a little. First time in 2 days. Probably. We ate till past 9. Noah had 4 glasses and started getting loose. Slung an arm around my shoulder. Rambling. Dude. You know that thing you said to Olivia at the office? 30 people saw it. It's already all over the company. Yeah. You know what everyone's calling you now? What? The ICE judge. Who came up with that? The receptionist girl. Said you talk like you're handing down a verdict. I didn't say anything. Noah went on. Also, that video of you going down to 6th floor and calling out Jake. What video? Ryan. The guy across from you. He recorded the whole thing. Sent it to the department group. Then it got shared. And shared. And shared. Now all 500 people at the company have seen it. My chopsticks froze midair. He recorded it. Yeah. You didn't notice. He angled his screen. But his phone camera was pointed right at you. I took a deep breath. I'll talk to him tomorrow. Don't. Noah jumped in. Come on. It's not that bad. Everyone's on your side. Jake's already persona non grata over there. Heard his manager pulled him in this afternoon. Pulled him in. Yeah. Think about it, an intern sending that kind of photo to his department head's husband at 2 a.m. Whatever's going on between him and Olivia. That alone. Company can't keep him around. Fair. Also. Noah leaned in. Voice low with gossipy excitement. I heard something. What? Olivia handed in her resignation this afternoon. I looked up at him. Voluntarily. Semi. HR talked to her. I mean. That group chat message is out there. Everyone saw it. She couldn't really keep working there. I lifted my glass and finished the last of my beer. Good. Good how? It's over. Noah stared at me. Shook his head. Liam. You know. Sometimes I really don't get you. Are you even upset? I set my glass down. Wind slipped through gaps in the canopy. Lifting the corner of a napkin on the table. Noah. Yeah. 2 years married. There was never a single moment I thought she was the one. Some of the drunkenness seemed to fade from his face. Then why'd you get married? Seemed like the right time. She was a good fit. We didn't hate each other. So we did it. And now that it's over. Like deleting a block of redundant code. The whole system runs smoother. Noah stared at me for a long few seconds. Then he lifted his empty glass and clinked it against mine. Liam. Yeah. Hope you find some code that's not redundant someday. I smiled. First things first. Gotta replace that mattress. 1 week later. Life was back to normal. New mattress arrived, latex. Pretty comfortable. Never did get the cashmere blanket back. Oh well. $6,800 lesson. At work. The gossip about me died down. Tech companies move fast, new drama every 3 days. Nobody has time to fixate on someone else's mess. I kept writing code. Going to meetings. Pushing releases. Same as always. Friday afternoon. Ryan came over to my desk. Liam. Yeah. About the video the other day. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have recorded you without asking. I turned away from my monitor and looked at him. He was fidgeting so bad he was rubbing his pants leg raw. You delete it. Yep. Deleted it. Same day. Pulled it from the group chat too. All right. We're good. He let out a relieved breath. Turned to go. Then paused. Liam. One more thing. Go on. Jake's gone. Finished his exit yesterday. Heard he got fired. But they're calling it personal reasons officially. Yeah. Barely packed his stuff. Just grabbed his canvas bag and bailed. Looked totally humiliated. People said. I didn't react much. Also, Ryan hesitated. People overheard Jake talking in the break room before he left. What did he say? Said. Olivia made the first move. Said she told him you two were already on the rocks. Heading for divorce. He thought you were separated. So. I hummed. Do you believe him? Ryan asked carefully. Doesn't matter. Huh. Whether he believed it or not, 24 years old. Grown man. Sending that kind of photo to someone's husband at 2 a.m. Whatever the backstory is. Bad judgment. Ryan thought for a second. Then nodded. Fair point. All right. Get back to work. Got it. Liam. He left. I turned back to my screen. About to keep coding. When a message popped up. Olivia. Last time I'd heard from her was that barrage of 67 messages a week ago. Radio silence ever since. I hesitated for a second. Then opened it. Just one line. Had the cashmere blanket cleaned. I can mail it back if you want. I stared at it for a few seconds. Texted back 4 words, don't bother. Keep it. Then I swiped the thread down. Buried it at the bottom of my list. Didn't delete it. Didn't block her. Just wasn't gonna open it again. Sunlight slanted through the blinds outside, striping the keyboard. I put my hands back on the keys and typed the first line of code. New module. New logic. No looking back. 1 month later. Saturday afternoon. I'd just changed the sheets and cleaned expired yogurt out of the fridge. Was about to head out for groceries. When the doorbell rang. I opened the door. A delivery driver stood there holding a square box. Mr. Hayes. Package for you. I signed for it. It wasn't heavy. But it was big. A handwritten note was taped to the top. Olivia's handwriting. You said not to bother. But you bought it. It's only right I send it back. I opened the box. The cashmere blanket. Folded perfectly. Cleaned. Smelled like laundry detergent. That raw cashmere scent was gone. I pulled it out and unfolded it to check. No damage. No weird lingering smells. Good as new. I folded it back up and put it on the top shelf of the closet. Good for winter. My phone rang. Voice call from Noah. I answered. Dude. Hanging out tonight. Same barbecue spot. Leo. Ryan. A couple others are coming. Yeah. What time? 7. Oh. And he lowered his voice. Leo said he's gonna set you up with someone. Then I'm not going. Nah. I'm kidding. Just barbecue. No setups. I promise. 7. See you there. I hung up. I stood by the window for a minute. Watching the street below. November already. Most of the leaves had fallen. Bare branches poked up into the gray-blue sky. Down on the street. A little girl was chasing a kite. Stumbling along. Her mom calling after her to slow down. I closed the window. Turned. Went to the kitchen. Poured a glass of water. Lukewarm. Took a sip. It was good. Just me. It was good. Hey there. Could you rate this story in the comments? Use a scale of 1 to 10. Please, I am begging you. It really means a lot to me. And if you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit follow.